Hi everyone, welcome back to my session. So in this session we are going to discuss about public international law. Inside public international law we are going to discuss about who is considered to be the father of international law and what is de jure belli is pacis, that is the law of war and peace. So international law primarily deals with the conduct and relationship of the states in their mutual intercourse. The birth of the international law can be traced back to the ancient times that we have already discussed in the definition session of the international law. That is, it was coined by Bentham in 1780s. Now, however, the words international law was used for the first time by the eminent British jurist Jeremy Bentham in 1780. Since then, the name has been used to denote the body of rules which regulate the relations among states. Now, Hugo Gratius was a Dutch scholar and diplomat. So he, at the age of 15, he took the degree of Doctor of Law at University of Leiden. He has been considered to be the greatest of the early writers of international law, and his work, The Law of War and Peace, that is De Jure Belli et Pacis, that was in 1625, has earned him the title of the father of international law. So, Jeremy Bentham coined the term international law in 1780, but based on the book that is De Jure Belli et Pacis, or The Law of War and Peace, that was by Hugo Gratius, and it was in 1625. It wrote about international law and the relations among states. So, in this way, Hugo Gratius, by his work De Jure Belli et Pacis, came to be known as the father of international law, though it was first coined by Jeremy Bentham in 1780. This book laid the foundation of the international law, that is the Law of War and Peace, De Jure Belli et Pacis, that was in 1625. It laid the foundation of the international law. So Hugo Gratius is celebrated as the founder of international law. His contribution to international law can be summed up as: 1. He tried to establish the totality of relations between states that is governed by law. The second one, according to him, that is Hugo Gratius, man is a social in nature, endowed with goodness, reason, and morality, and these qualities of man are, in the last analysis, the basis of international law. So, what Hugo Gratius said, that every human, that is man, he's social in nature, and he has goodness, reasons, and morality, and these qualities shall be the basis of international law. Then, the third is that he advocated that the individuals and the states composed of individuals are identical. The fourth one, he distinguished just and unjust war and contempt unjust war. So he was not completely against war. He categorized it as just and unjust war, and what is not acceptable, that is unjust war. Now, he argued that a state which is engaged in just war is to be assisted by other states. He urged that the states to settle disputes through negotiation and peaceful means. So, how should states settle their disputes? It shall be through negotiations and peaceful means. He advocated that the states should be subjected to the same rules which regulate the individuals. Next, he contended that states violating the law should be punished by other states. There is no international legislation or international body. So, what he suggested was be punished by other states. Now, natural law is the basis for determining rules for the rightful conduct of the states. He advocated for the freedom of sea. He formulated the rule that the prisoners of war should be maintained adequately by the captor. Now, he pointed out that the prisoners of war are entitled to their religious rights. He stated that the diplomatic premises should be immune from search. In other words, the diplomatic premises should be inviolable. So, these were discussed in Hugo Gratius' book, that is The Law of War and Peace, that is in 1625. It is also known as De Jure Belli et Pacis. So, these were discussed in the book Hugo Gratius published in 1625, and that made him the father of international law. but as such, the term international law was coined by Jeremy Bentham in 1780. So, even before the term was coined, Hugo Gratius discussed these points, how the states should behave conduct themselves with each other. He coined these regulations in his book, and that those are the basis of the present day international law too. So that is why he is the father of international law. And the book is published in 1625. The book is known as the Law of Seas, the Law of War and Seas, or de jure belli et pacis. So Hugo Gratius is known as the father of public international law, whereas international law was coined by Jeremy Bentham. So that is with this session. Thank you everyone. I hope it is helpful. Have a nice day.